Upgrading with a lot of utility for a T-side pistol on Nuke. Plenty of options for them. Smoke, Molotov, even a cheeky HG, but nothing towards the door immediately.
Just a late top pop here. Julie's still on top of the hut. Smoke
That looks
looking
like
at the ready.
so much more than 2 utility sets for some reason. Why? It's because they spread it out, I guess.
Yeah.
A little bit for everybody.
Door. Main smoke. Dupree, he's going to have to do a lot with these dual Berettas. The second flash, he's turned it nicely. Third, no problem, but still doesn't get his crosshair back in time. It's Son Pius that lays down the law, and just like that, a late top pop, the recipe for success.
What's the nade left over for? Is this residual all they're up heaven? I'm just going to HE if I get the chance. Yep, there it is. Okay. Well, they had all their bases covered and then ENCE. And I love the late top hut molly because, sure, if you go fast top and you run up the ladder and you throw the top hut molly, it doesn't spread. That guy gets down in the slither, kills a couple with the Julies. Here it forces him off completely. It's more of an awkward angle. And they get the timing. He can't be back on top by the time they're hitting into that site. So nice stuff there from ENCE. And this was going to be the third map in your series yesterday, mate. I'm sure some people are curious as to why, after they banned Inferno, you guys didn't pick Nuke.
Yeah. Like, obviously, I'm not going to say. But, I don't know. The boring answer is just I thought they had some weakness on Ancient, and we feel good on the map. So why not see like how strong we actually were on it before, you know, RMR and hopefully the major first. So yeah, didn't work out the way we wanted to, but. Also, their nuke is really strong. And
sure,
nuke is
exactly.
Like, we were actually thinking if they maybe would have picked it because they are so strong on it as well.
I know, Chad, you've always enjoyed watching Snappi's nukes, just from the way some of the T-side
the
pace
evolution over the years.
and
Like in more recent times, like this time last year when they were in the Pro League Grand Finals, the thing that ENCE were really good at was just like constantly berating top with really fast plays, right? They were, but then like Snappi was
like this.
Yeah, exactly like
kind of like this actually, and just like that, Madden has opened up the site. Both of the bodies drop, and the rest of Vitality are given the awkward option. What do we want to do? Probably it's going to be that 4-letter word.
Hooksy's favorite 4-letter word.
Really?
You guys don't like saving over there at G2, do you? You guys like going for retakes.
But we like saying it, and then we win the round anyway.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
hey guys,
against,
save, and then you still win the round.
That happened
Nico starts holding W.
Against Heroic on Nuke in the Katowice final. I think we said it 3 rounds in a row and won all 3.
Oh, God.
We were just like, every time we say it, it works.
It's like a caster curse.
Yeah, just reversed, I guess.
Yeah.
So yeah, does it happen the other way? If you say, right guys, let's go for this, everyone starts running to spawn to save? Or
No, I don't know. But it didn't happen against ENCE, so yeah, I don't know. Maybe it's over for us. Who knows?
It's over. That's it. G2's reign.
Yeah.
They're all packing it up.
It was a good era.
They saw
3 months.
Sick era,
Counter-Strike 2 come out. They said, we're never going to reach these heights again. And that's it. That's it.
Yep.
I just want to point out, Snappi's rookied it here for someone who is a vet. Maybe it's not him who did it, but he's left his shift tab bound. And that, if that had to change SSDs, fair enough. Right? I'll remind this. This is my PSA. It's my favorite PSA for everybody playing at home. When you first get on the PC, do your TeamSpeak, and then second, do your Steam tab, right?
Yeah.
Your Steam friends while you're in-game, the overlay. Either completely unbind that thing, or make sure it's not on shift tab. Because we all know as Counter-Strike players, you're walking around with shift, you hit tab because you want to see how many people are alive, or some cash, or some key information, which in-game leaders do a lot. And well, guess what? You're in your bloody overlay, and you're dead.
Yeah. Also, you have to change it every single time you set up your SSD
Right.
DSL. So, yeah. Maybe he just forgot. Who knows?
I wonder if we could get them to put it on like the image, that they like put it to a bind
Right.
that isn't shift tab, so then the image is the same every time.
that's probably doable.
That's a decent conversation. Mihal
Nice.
Slavinsky, if you're listening.
We'll let them know. Now they've done 2 successful top pops, pistol and second. I guess it's the world's their oyster for this one. They're actually going to be very diligent. We're going to get a wall of smokes against essentially some saved pistols.
They still have 3 nades left over here.
And back to Inner.
They have 3 well, they had 3 HEs. They've only got 2 now. I thought they might use them to like stack somewhere and see if you could flush someone out.
Yeah. But as you said, ENCE, they have like 8 different ways of hitting Inner. And it's...
Sorry, what?
They have 8 different ways, I think. Maybe 10. I'm not sure.
That's not a number he's plucked out of thin air, is it?
8 or 10 different ways of taking the upper bomb site.
Yes.
Are we talking of ranges of pace, or is this all just fast?
Pace, some small changes like mollying side instead of, I don't know, Mustang or whatever you call it, this thing, like this railing thing. And just like flashes differently. And yeah, I don't know how many they have with nerds yet, if they went through them all, but at least with the, yeah, I would say it in a very Danish way, but with Velde. they had a lot of different ways. So yeah.
That's a bit classic for Danes, though, right? Like, we know this with teams that don't play Nuke.
Not that I know of.
Right? Like, I'd imagine it's banned in Denmark to ban Nuke. You're not allowed to. You have to
What's
play
the
it.
classic Danish veto, though?
Ooh. Definitely out with Mirage.
Out with
Mirage is not our favorite map. I think, you know, nobody could copy Astralis on Mirage because they banned it. So it's not a thing in Denmark anymore,
Actually, very
right?
good point.
I guess Heroic is trying to bring it back. Yeah. Never really... I think it's just Nuke and maybe a bit of Inferno. That's what we like, right? Mm-hmm. So that makes sense to our map pool.
Very util heavy maps, aren't they?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, speaking of util, Spinks did get dunked down to 50 on that. Whoa! Speaking of dunks, that's a dink. And an aid, just a little shy.
But Apex is going to have to find damage like this, playing such an important role as Yard. We know on Mirage, like, he's moved towards B now as opposed to playing Connector, right? But if he's going to play this position as the Yard Rifler, I would say it is the most important rifling position on the map. So he will have to find some impact here.
Wait. Apex is playing Yard again. He was playing Ramp for a long time. Right?
Oh dear.
Okay.
He was.
Well,
Or is that just to do with ZywOo
It could just be the
I
setup
remember
here.
sending Hunter to bully him. So for sure he was playing Ramp at some point.
Okay. Well, we'll keep our eyes on this because I have seen a lot of Apex in Warehouse over the years.
See what they do with it. This is Spinks forward on Hut. Dupree will be the first contact. They're hoping this little like 1-2 punch will catch him, but they're actually looking like it's going to be Squeak. Nerds is just the only MP7 going to slink out of the Hut at a later date. Good flash. No one swings on it though. And there's contact. Spinks covered. Dupree delivers. Still ends though with a good shot at this one, and it's that
Nice
frag
shots.
right there from Dupree. Looks to confirm Vitality's first.
Production, if we can get an inner hit counter in the corner, that would be great.
Okay.
Right now it's
Okay.
4, I think.
4 from 4.
4 out of 4.
That's easy for them as well, right? We'll just get that one added to the screen.
Yeah. Every ENCE nuke will have a...
Hooksy's top hit counter.
Yeah.
It's a new
Perfect.
addition on the show.
Yeah, also for everybody at home, remember to enjoy the smokes walls out yard because you will not see them
Being
after Source 2 or CS2.
Oh,
You see what he's done
yeah,
there?
I see what he's
Actually,
done there.
Not only does he call out production for a new feature, he then immediately says and changes the perfect subject to Source 2. I mean, the guy's a seasoned veteran.
Segue and a half,
I've been
right?
in
there.
before, right?
Segue, yeah.
Learning from the best.
Bit of an expert, I think.
No, that's interesting, right? Like Source 2 or Counter-Strike 2 or whatever the hell we're going to call it. I guess we'll call it just Counter-Strike.
Counter-Strike.
Yeah, it's going to have some meta changes, I imagine. Quite drastic ones.
I can't wait to dig our teeth into that conversation, Hooksy. And while we've got your presence, I think it would be foolish not to hear your thoughts. But let's wait until the pistols are back out.
We like ecos around here.
Yeah.
Oh, Dupree. Oh, hang
you
on a
look at
second.
that?
Production. There's another inner hit. As we do see two this time sent straight to an early grave. And Spinks has got the individual prowess to claw another out of that Hut engagement. Snappi just wants the bomb, but what else is he supposed to get other than wallbang and flanked? Okay, that feels good, and there's a lot of intensity in the area. Zonic is definitely trying to get the troops in that playoff mindset.
Yeah, we saw that with FaZe. They were definitely very hyped with Twist and Carrigan and Robban. They were definitely yelling as loud as they possibly could round after round. And we even touched on that with them about that intensity and needing to keep that up and help realize that every round is important, especially after the collapse. They had the 14-1 loss to Vitality on Anubis. It's curious that the last 2 rounds for Vitality, they've only had 1 death, only 1 casualty. So this is really good for their CT side. A bit of a bank being built here, and ENCE already down to a couple of pistols on a Force and a Galil.
It's super important for the money to have no deaths in the last round, and that was 2 inner hits that was not successful for men. So it's going to be good to see when Weapons comes out again, and if they're going to be stubborn or if they're going to change to something else.
Yeah, Apex is going to have a look on that flash and chip damage and confirmation of presence. He knows a large amount of the squad from ENCE are across towards Warehouse. And secret and ahead of the smokes was some pious. Nice catch from ZywOo. And they looked like it was supposed to do a lot of damage. Didn't quite catch him.
Well, the bomb's across, but I don't think they can really make their way down. Maybe now. Good shot from dycha. ZywOo in the dirt. He can scurry across here. Actually, this activates Snappi. He's going to pick up the AK.
They should definitely take the space that they're taking right now after killing the the AWP of the team, right? So you know there's no AWP, and you also know that it's probably the guy who's holding yard, since you already saw Apex at Secret, right? You should know that you have the space. Ooh, this is an important fight.
Yeah, Nuts.
Nice.
Doesn't
Not
quite
bad.
get away from... I can't outrun the gun.
This
Decent
is
start from Dupree.
super good call from Snappi here in the mid round to just rush down. Like, this is kind of a gamble because they didn't actually know that Apex went up, but still they took the chance. And they have the smoke as well. This is perfect. I think they got the round.
Ooh. Yeah, Apex has got caught. Snappi, a messy spray from Magus leaves us into a 1v2. Dupree's nade finishes off dycha after he got that bomb down. But still, a rifle into Madden's hands, and the man is sharp. Bombs planted for him on Decon Door. We don't have a smoke, so this is just going to come down to a duel. And now spotted out. One flanking.
Oh, this is
Can he
good for
isolate
Magus.
this duel? Does so. Is he ready for it? No. Apex should have enough time with a 10-second defuse. And Vitality. We do see a bit of a change in the gameplay there. We're not seeing the top side. We get to see the second letter of the alphabet this
And
time.
outside for a period of
And
time
some
as well.
outside.
So a little bit of something. I just was on coach watch there. Fortunately, we can see where the teams are, where the players are. I just sit there watching Saw looking at Madden, right? And his, I didn't even watch the round. I just wanted to see kind of
Nice. What did you learn?
Nothing. Saw didn't blink. He fist bumped him after he lost, and that was the end of that. So no grimaces, nothing along those lines. And unfortunately for ENCE, what was likely to now have to be a bit of a half-buy scenario. We got about 3.3 across the board, the high end of dycha and Madden, 3.8 and 4.1 respectively. I feel like I'm doing a
Now the
economics
importance
channel.
of the economy comes into play, right? Because now Vitality has a lot of money, and ENCE knows this. If they didn't win those rounds so cleanly before, ENCE would probably... Well, they are actually full buying again into this. I don't understand why you would
But
do
this is
that.
ENCE.
This is it.
This is ENCE, and they are going to hit it again, and
They probably will.
It will probably work.
Oh dear. Yeah, this is the thing. Like ENCE, like the European. I was going to say the European Fury. I don't know if I want to.
That's a bit far to go.
Yeah. So, but that's why I stopped myself.
Yeah.
But they have a bit of flair of stubbornness in terms of the faster calling. But they can make it work.
They kept 3 players on a conservative number, and Nertz already down the vents, albeit with a nade
He's got support.
down his pocket. And yeah, some Pius has been caught, but the bomb made its way down, and Snappi actually going off a drop-off main roof. He wants to catch that vent rotate from main.
Another plant's good here.
Yeah, Incendiary's not going to achieve much. The spray does. Nertz is alive and kicking, though. Could be an awkward retake, especially with Snappi farming up ahead and getting away. Oh, the distraction.
No.
It's falling apart, and ENCE are doing it.
No.
Could be tough.
Ooh, this is a free one for people at home. If the bomb is planted like this and you smoke the door, you give the T's an invitation to actually spam, right?
Right.
Because if you smoke the bomb, the T is still vulnerable to people swinging on them. But if there's a smoke in front of them, it's actually kind of
They
easy.
can do that.
You see now it's awkward for Vitality, right?
Yeah.
And if you had the smoke on the bomb, you could still pressure them, right? So I feel like that's I don't want to be rude, but that's kind of a rookie mistake in my book, because that's
Yeah,
you saw how dangerous this was.
There's certain scenarios where that's the better option, right? Is to smoke the bomb as opposed to the door, or where to smoke the door instead of smoking that blade. And that one is a great little thing to point out, especially with the scavenge silence den 4. I couldn't go better for him right there, could it?
Oh.
It's an absolute freebie.
Sick round. And this distraction, like, I don't, deliberate or otherwise, it's just it worked out so well.
Right? That's the beautiful thing about Counter-Strike. Like, whether or not they knew that was going to unfold that way, it's nice when it works.
And, you know, typically you see when you're doing something down lower, this was a vent drop, you hold someone squeak, but he actually managed to do the main roof hold. I think it caught them off guard. They weren't expecting that angle. And now aggression thrown into the mix. Apex straight up forward position on yard.
Hey, hold up. ZywOo flashing for his teammates. That's not how
He's
this
doing
team
that
works.
a lot these days.
Okay, all right. Fair enough.
And also an Apex classic as well. He loves to go on the first box and do those aggressive stuff like that. So
Because then if it works, he can sit there and give his team a beautiful advantage. Now, they've given ramp room up.
But that's with the information again, right? ZywOo with the assisted flash on Apex, he knows that he has to be towards yard. So
Right.
the rotating player was not close to ramp to help, so they've punished. They've taken the space and they're walking in. Just that is a brilliant shot. But look at the flank coming in quite fast here from Apex.
Bloody hell.
ZywOo. Silent, nope, not anymore. Drop down, bomb loose, another kill. Apex mauling, out of bullets, needs some help. But ZywOo with a very, very well-played bait. You love to see that. Send the in-game leader down the river, but you get the round. Great stuff with the money on the edge there for Vitality. Really nice one to bounce back for 4-4.
Oh, God, they are really roaring. I'm getting a little bit of goosebumps. I mean, you don't always get to hear it, especially when we're in those stadiums. There's just no way to hear how passionate the teams are. But this is playoffs, baby. A lot of money on the line, a lot of pride. And, of course, everyone desperate to be in good form ahead of the Blast Paris Major. I say that especially for Apex. You know, they've been on this up and up, the peaks, the troughs. But every team is chomping at the bit to be in form for that major.
I have a question for you, Hooksy. Now that we know this will be the last Source 1 major, does that put even more importance for teams, especially of your caliber, who are the upper echelons of Counter-Strike, to win? Right? You obviously want to win now, but you know that it's going to be in a new version of Counter-Strike in the future. So does that make it even more intense?
Yeah, of course. Like I like to write history, so that would be nice.
The last Source 1 major of all time. That will be in the history books.
It's definitely going to be talked about for years to come.
But yeah, like I don't know. We're still not at the major yet, so I don't want to talk about winning it. But of course, it means a lot, and it would, no matter if CS2 was out or not, it would mean a ton for us. And also, I think now is the time for us. Like, right, we're in good form, besides this event.
You got a good team.
Yeah, oh, you lost one match, did you, mate? This is the thing.
Two, we lost Counter.
But like, that's where FaZe are at the moment, right? Like, they're playing good Counter-Strike, but they're still losing games.
Yeah.
It's going to happen. It's real competitive era of Counter-Strike, I think.
Yeah, for sure it is.
Ooh, that's cool.
Yeah, that is probably because that's the trajectory, whatever, of the smoke that comes from if you're playing the rafters. So maybe he tried to fake that they're actually playing on the rafters.
Oh, come on now.
I'm pretty sure that's why.
Really?
Why
Are you guys mind gaming that far? No, I believe you, but I'm just like, come on, guys. Where are we going to draw the line on this, Hooksy?
I cannot see a different reason as to why you would do that.
Okay.
But,
interesting. Yeah. This is always interesting as well.
Wait, is that on purpose? Or was that a fail smoke?
I think that was a foul.
Like it's through the wall to give them cover. I don't know if that's a fail or not, but now I'm going full hat.
Well, mate, if they're throwing the smoke from this for a trajectory of that, then maybe it is meant to be halfway through the wall.
Maybe it's not so crazy after all. Who knows?
You've definitely gone the other way before and given teams too much credit.
Yeah.
Wow! A deliberate gap in their wall of smokes and double from Spinks. Tidied up nicely by dupreeh, but damn, he is definitely in that Spinks form we know and love. 9 frags, and actually, interestingly enough, it's Apex that's keeping up with him.
This is where you ask yourself, do ENCE eco?
Chad, I've asked myself that question one too many times.
I'm going to say yes.
This time...
$1 million question.
I'm going to say yes.
Look how quick. I mean, that might be imperfect spacing, but Spinks just makes them look silly. Double headshot, Apex loud and indeed happy.
Can I dig, Alex? I'd like to get my shovel out.
Go on, mate. Go on.
I haven't used it in years, Hooksy. You're saying, okay, so there's mind games with the trajectory of a smoke and that level. Do you have an example that you can give us of something like this that you've done in recent times without spoiling too much about the way that you want to approach the game? Is there any example of a mind game that you know you've played against someone that's panned out?
Oh, I'll think about it and I'll come back to you.
All right,
I don't have one
you're
right
on the
in
spot
my head right now,
yeah.
but I think that one is a pretty obvious one because I'm thinking about it when I'm playing that spot myself. That okay, I would rather drop the smoke to Hunter and he can smoke the door than show the tease that I'm playing up there and give away both the sound and also like where the smoke is coming from. So I'm thinking about it for sure, but no, I'll try and think if I have one where it could work. Oh, I have a small thing that I did against ENCE yesterday. So we were T and we had to smoke window on Ancient. And then I had a guy throwing it from the back and the rest of us was running as the smoke was in the air to kind of catch them off guard. And I feel like that's a little bit one like that, where you kind of mind game and kind of catch them off guard to create a timing that maybe the CCs are not ready for, and it almost worked. So
playing ahead of the utility.
Yeah. It's just like that's small things you do to try and level out the playing field when you are, down in weapons or equipment in general. So
very aggressive.
You didn't.
Very aggressive. Magus just walks through the initial smoke.
It does look like that if Vitality have changed their outside hold from what Hooksy's saying, right? If he's been sending Hunter over ramp to bully...
Oh.
Three kills
simultaneously. Round over?
No, ZywOo's still alive. Yep.
It's true. God, the slate looks good. I might have to start doing it. I'm starting to get into the skin market now.
The skin game. A little bit late, mate. Prices are surging, and so is up the ladder. But that's actually bought a massive gap for ZywOo.
They will.
No one's looking. No one's looking.
Oh no, that's the bomb and door. Go back.
He doesn't know.
He's still.
Now he does. And that's the bomb.
Uh-oh.
Now it's dupreeh low. It's T-Roof. This was a 4v2.
Uh-oh.
What do you do? Nuts can't walk through. Oh, chips away even more damage. Now they've got a smoke down. Yeah, what dycha is really just wondering what he's supposed to contribute.
Guys, I'm on 3 HP and I'm on T-Roof. Can we not lose this round, please?
I can't really help. I'd like to, but I can't.
As I was playing ahead of this, the worst thing that happens right now is they get the bomb and go down the vent, and then he is removed from the play. That would be a well-placed volley on the bomb here, but dupreeh's opted for hard. Oh my
this is a smart
god.
He did the silent drop. They don't even know. Oh, I say that. No, it's kind of... Ready for it. Nice headshot. Okay, ZywOo in the server.
Out of bullets.
And no, not enough bullets to close with 13 seconds. He's got to go. He's got to go now. dupreeh.
Didn't hear.
Wrong place, wrong time. Bomb's going to get planted for free here. That smoke will give it away. Now he's understood the scenario, but the bomb will go down and Madden can go anywhere.
Yeah, he's actually already pre-aiming for the ramp fight. dupreeh. Can he save Vitality? Oh! It's a big headshot. Dane is back in business.
That's going to mean a lot for dupreeh, right? We know coming into this final that there's a lot of conversation about, oh, why isn't Jax playing? Jax played so good. We all knew that dupreeh was coming back. He was having the birth of his child, right? He was out for that. And everyone's questioning, oh, why isn't Jax in the server? Well, no, dupreeh was coming back. But with Jax playing so well, it's put pressure on dupreeh to perform. So winning out a 1v1 in that environment right here to put them up to a 7-4 lead, the fact that he's fragging pretty well early. He's 7-5 as far as the kills and deaths go. He's not slouching, he's not lacking behind, and it all was made possible. And, well, by the man on your screen right here, ZywOo, who probably should have had the third if he had a couple more bullets here, but couldn't pull out the pistol in time.
Nice. Yeah, definitely going to have a lot of meanings to that one. You can see it as a slight sigh of relief and a lot of celebration, a cheeky smile.
But you're going to jazz him up, right?
Oh, you got to.
You're going to jazz him up in a big way. Hooksy's good at that. You run out of verbiage, mate, to jazz up Monacy.
Yeah, it's hard to come up with new stuff all the time, but no, I was just sitting and thinking about, like, if I had to watch that round again in, like, when you had to go through the game and you're ENCE after the game, this is maybe a round where you tell yourself, okay, maybe we played a bit too safe. Right?
Yeah.
Because they slowed it down so much. After getting 3 kills, surely somebody has space, right? To take it and actually make the round easier. But here they kind of waited and created a gap themselves.
I mean, there is definitely, there's always like a right time to freeze and a wrong time, but working out what that is and when that is.
That's a fine balance.
Yeah, right.
But it's so crazy with the timing that was manufactured by dupreeh spamming dycha and him getting away, which opened the gap. Because
What's this? What was the smoke?
Yeah, was it extinguished like a deliberate? Oh, it's a one way.
What a nerd.
Nerds.
Well,
not that I see any action. Yeah, write that one down in your Google Doc.
I already know the lineup now. I don't forget lineup.
Okay.
Oh,
all right.
Photographic memory.
That's the only place where I have a photographic memory, that's for sure.
Okay. So you're not so good with birthdays, but smoke lineups?
I'm not good with names, birthdays, not anything actually besides years.
Well, you're in the right job then.
Yeah.
Yeah, here, mate, you can get away with a long career with only knowing one thing.
Yeah, that's for real.
Yeah, it really works.
Yeah, it's not bad.
How long does Snappi have this standoff with Apex? We'll keep checking in with them as they are surging through. And I mean, you've got so much control. If you're Snappi and you're hearing 2 decon, 1 fully up window, like...
Just a quick question. Do you think ZywOo's position of Dark here is a power position for them when they take B? It's hard to clear unless they molly it.
Yeah, it is hard. It's just like... I don't know, if they believe that they have 500 IQ and they just got it for free, then...
Yep.
And also, if you're ZywOo, you just... Sometimes it feels like he's immortal. I don't know.
Not this time.
Yeah, not immune to Madden's bullets. 2 alive. Nerds. Nope, 1 alive. Just Nerds. Yeah, that same name. Still mentioned. 1 on 4. This would be the clutch.
Oh. Nerds versus Spinks. That's a good duel.
Nerds is really good.
Well, he could win this.
He's very good. Watch this.
Oh.
Ouch. Quick peek out of Magisk solves the problem. And Vitality, I mean, they are really putting up a strong CT haul already. Winning out the half, 8-4. And more rounds to play as well. Taking a quick look at the scores on the doors. It's Snappi absent for ENCE and Pius as well. Admittedly, you're on T-side. Nuke doesn't get to do a lot of his usual work. He's more on the rifle.
Damn. Apex and ZywOo in the opening exchanges here. ZywOo is 4-0 and Apex is 3-0. That's pretty damn good here, right? And we spoke about Apex's position in yard and how that's going to be vital. We've seen him go aggressive. We've seen him get dinks through smokes. Apex has come in some fighting form today.
And that's 7 openings with 8 rounds under the belt. So these guys are converting a lot of these openings.
And we've gone away from the top pops, right? It's not these faster top hits anymore. And maybe ENCE should have stuck to their guns and, like, you eventually broken through because it's haven't been looking great in the last spread.
Ooh, Snappi. Yeah, Crater down to 58.
Broken both legs. But yeah, this is also scary when they switch sides because, as you see, like, Snappi doesn't really feel it individually, and also, like, no matter what an IGL says, it does impact your calling a little bit, at least that your confidence is lower or higher, right? And Apex is feeling it. Like, he's 10-7, he's up, what, 3-0 you said in opening duels, so he's just like, good to go.
Nice little setup from the CTs, but actually it's dycha that disrupts a double and swinging open the doors. Pius manages the spray, leaves only Apex and dupreeh on the way back in.
Surely they can't win this one. It must be a save call for Apex now. Snappi finding something. That one is going to feel good. If you're Apex, you're looking for a bit of damage here. Min-loss bonus coming into the next round. Not often I say min-loss bonus. If Apex saves, they will be fine for the buy in the next round. But it looks like it's going to be a hard save considering where Pius already is. Does he find him?
No.
No?
If it was someone else than Pius, maybe. But I don't think... I think he's a safe kind of player. You know, he's an AWPer. He's used to holding onto his gun. So I think he will stay where he is.
Okay.
Also, they... Like, right now, ENCE has to think more about their own money than Vitality's money, because they have enough to scrape together a buy, right? But if ENCE starts losing more like they do now, then it's rough.
Yeah, okay. You can see here that you've got 3.5 on Madden, 3.8 on Snappi, 3.6 on Nerd. Pius can drop one, dycha can buy, but that means someone's going to be short something here. We're talking Galil's, Mac 10s instead. So maybe they do return to the top hits with where the cash is at.
No, also, if I'm ZywOo now, I'm pretty sure that ENCE doesn't have an AWP, right? So I can go full crazy if I want to. Like, surely they don't buy a scout, right? And also, even if they did, it's still a good duel for you with an AWP, right? So he can go out yard and he can just hold everything for free if he wants to. Apex can drop the AWP, so...
Is it safe to assume that this Vitality timeout was just to make sure they got their stuff in order? Zonic just spent the whole time very deliberate talking, and after your team has just essentially lost 1 round in the last 6, it can't be like an emergency meeting. It's probably just to tighten up the edges for the close.
If I'm Sonic right now, what I'm saying is, guys, their money is not the best. It hasn't worked for them since the inner stuff.
Yeah.
Maybe be ready for that again.
That's interesting, especially considering, you know, once you've heard that and then you see the same kind of nades, you are going to be a little quicker to the draw. Smoke from Nerd, we've seen this before. He goes for the push, and that's the spray from Spinks. Doesn't finish him off. Okay, it's Nerd's in. 1 back, dupreeh a double. And now from Heaven, that molly will do an awful lot. Buy time for this advantage to grow. Where's the plan? Smoke, it's up. Nice little one way for ZywOo to play around. It's Pius bomb down. Coming in from main is Apex. Got to clear that CT vent. Not an easy clear without ZywOo's help. Held at bay by the threat. Now they start to push in. It's going to be Mages flying up for the first. Madden doesn't win his duel. It puts it all onto dycha, and he can't hold on either. Sonic is happy with that one. Vitality surge forward, extend their lead to a 9th, and that was by no means an easy one.
Well, they didn't let ENCE settle into their post-plant positions there. You can see they were constantly just like jostling.
Like,
we know where you are. Exactly, right? So they couldn't settle into like a tidy post-plant. And that's really quite difficult to hold on to, considering they were already down in the weapon department. The fact they get in, Nerds gets away with robbery here. Spinks just lost in the smokes. That head-to-head yet again. But this was well done. Yeah.
It was a good retake for sure. It looked good, well coordinated as well. Apex flashing for the guys under Heaven, and then they swing and he waits for them to get the contact, and then he comes into play in the end. So not bad.
Things looking good in the Vitality camp.
3rd timeout for ENCE here, right? So I think both of these teams understand just how important this first half is. Vitality taking it to kind of set everything in the right direction, see if they can get themselves up to 10. ENCE calling this to make sure they can see if they can get themselves with that 9-6 of the half. But
but isn't this where we are as well on Nuke right now? I feel like 9-6.
Par for the course.
You're pretty happy as T, right? 10-5.
Really? Like,
it doesn't feel that good.
That much of just that 1 round.
It doesn't feel as good. I don't know.
Yeah, no, you're right.
T if you get 6, and you're happy as CT if you get 10. So
okay,
it's like
all right.
That's where the scale is tipping, right? So
what about something like Ancient?
Ancient is tough right now, right? Because it's with the new change, it's still hard to figure out.
Oh, it's clever because it gives you a one-way and it extinguishes the hut molly.
Kind of nice.
Wow, real nice. Spinks not feeling too good after that one. Does go down, but it's ZywOo at the back of this site. So comfortable with the AWP there. He gets 3 in this round. And now believes it all onto dycha. A nade already rolls towards his toes, chips him away, and a headshot is all he needs to finish the job. Apex unable to provide, but it's ZywOo with 4 in the final round of that first half. Nuke just getting started, as is this series. The quarterfinals will continue. We'll be bringing you the second half of Nuke after the break.
They all gone. Bless, stress, play the game like it's chess. We next, that's a check. Over stripes, yeah. Look, tell me what's the vibes, what's the moves? Tell me what's the vibes, what's the moves?
Don't need no caption, no, we living lavish. Drip, drip, drop, I know you see the fashion. I know you see the fashion. This that sauce you never could imagine. Don't need no caption, no, we living lavish. Drip, drip, drop, I know you see the fashion. I know you see the fashion. This that sauce you never could imagine. Don't be acting trippy, 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 trippy. You know I run your city, 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 city. Don't make me grab that 50, 50, 50, 50 caliber. Better count your days like calendars. Just that type of Brita you ain't never seen cold. In my dog, man, me. Pull up with some moles. Better have a bag if you're trying to hit my phone. And if not, you can leave it at the... Hello? I can't keep wasting my time, that's for sure. You like Dollar Tree and I'm more like Five Below. No, I don't want you following me, you know? Like, you know? Don't need no caption, no, we living lavish. Drip, drip, drop, I know you see the fashion. I know you see the fashion. This that sauce you never could imagine. Don't need no caption, no, we living lavish. Drip, drip, drop, I know you see the fashion. I know you see the fashion. This that sauce you never could imagine. Keep it a G, you know these little stunners ain't messing with me. I'm whipping and cream, cooler than a quick rinse of some Listerine. Petty me, to go and take spots like a petty thief. But a timid man was never in the sections where legends be. So I get the check, multiply, snapping next when I'm pulling by. Now they calling the crib, asking for Jay and where's his alibi? I ain't got no time to talk right now. But it's funny, cause I seem to be what everybody be talking about. I can't keep wasting my time, that's for sure. You like Dollar Tree and I'm more like Five Below. No, I don't want you following me, you know? Like, you know? Don't need no caption.
Making magic when they need it most. Vitality looking very comfortable. A 10-round first half, 5 going towards ENCE as it's the first map. This one the pick of ENCE, and we have Hooksy joining us. And we just finished our discussion about how 10-5 feels extra special, extra nice. Vitality going to have a little bit of a better vibe in the head-to-head. And you can see they're having a lot of fun as Dan is having an impassioned speech towards ZywOo's close. I think it's because he did just get a quad kill to close for that 10th. Very happy bunnies.
Oh, a half with 14 kills, 120 ADR for Apex. He is in that mood, you know?
yeah, certainly doesn't feel too bad when you're keeping up with ZywOo as we go into, as well, a P250 yard search. These are always fun. I enjoy it when teams allow a player like ZywOo. We see Nico, Simple sometimes equipped with a P250 on these rounds just to go and do crazy. Oh, yes, please. Like that. Oh, yes.
Give me some more of that.
Well, that feels great. He's only fired one bullet.
He sees this every day with Nico in the server, mate. For him, it's just another frag.
Normal, yeah.
And normally I just say nice.
No, you did your job. I gave you a P250. You were meant to get that frag.
Double off angle they're going for here. Look, oh, he's not ready for that, but now also Pius. Oh, should have been.
Ooh.
Yeah, doesn't get anything done with that one. So Vitality looks like they can just kind of put this one in.
So now dycha is not happy because he dropped the dualies and they got no kills. So they didn't do that job.
They've got no armor and no head.
This guy. He's so good.
Oh, they've got premium vibes right now. Like, I've got my vibometer and it's high. It's bouncing. The needle is pushing the limits.
If they win, they play Cloud9.
Ooh.
That could be a really fun game.
You know, we talked to Cloud9. Sorry to interrupt.
No.
It's just because they were saying they don't think they've ever played as Cloud9 versus Vitality. Like, they genuinely have. We've never seen that head-to-head since they joined the organization.
Interesting. Okay.
Wow.
That's a curious one right there. I'll be excited to see how that match goes down because Shiro wasn't in God tier form today and they went 3 maps.
He looked human, for sure.
So it'll be exciting to see what that matchup entails. We've got more quarterfinals coming tomorrow. Phase 4s. Na'Vi Heroic.
Crazy.
Oh, get the inner hit counter out again.
Oh, we lost
looks
track.
like.
What do you think we had in the first half? 6 or 7?
Oh, 6 at least, because it was the first 4 rounds, right? And then 2 in the last 2, so...
Dupree handles it. Onto dycha.
It's still dicey here. Yeah, don't love this.
Very messy. That 5-7 looks very good in ENCE's hands. Just cleans up the start. And now it gets awkward. Very awkward. It's to put ZywOo into a 1v2 clutch that he will close. I say with absolute certainty. And there you have it. Just a pedestrian clutch. Happy to count on ZywOo when that actually really did get dicey.
So I have a question for you, Hooks. We got Overpass next. What's the... I know you guys don't play this map. What's the path for the course on this map? Because for me, it feels like 11-4.
Well, on Overpass, for sure, Vitality has the advantage.
Yeah?
And I think that's not even going to be close, so ENCE really has to step it up right now because...
Right here, right now.
Yeah.
Okay. So likely to be a swift 2-0 if this does not turn back into some form of a comeback.
Well,
You know, it's CS, so it
Exactly.
can go every possible way. Like, it's like saying the ball is round or whatever in football, right? But yeah, it doesn't look good, I would say.
I will say, I don't think we've seen a single Sunpius orb.
Is Magis playing with a Glock only?
Yeah.
Why would you do that?
Because he knows they're an eco.
Yeah, but take a Mac 10, farm some money, have some fun. It's not fun to have a Glock, right?
That's true.
But it might feel fun when you get 4 kills with a Glock, you know?
He's doing his best flusher impression right now.
Yeah, that's true.
And how demoralizing is it when you lose like a straight pistol duel or not, as that one went Sunpius' way.
Well, that's an extra $300 for some Pius here.
Yeah.
So the AWP should be more than possible for him, Alex.
So before they get to 16, is what I'm
he'll
saying.
get it.
We're going to see one.
At least one.
And that could be, you know, somewhat of a opportunity for ENCE to get back in if Sunpius starts doing what Sunpius has been known to do.
Hooksy, look at this. Who wins? The whole thing.
Oh,
The
bloody
whole
hell.
thing.
The whole thing.
Alrighty, so that is going to be... I will predict the final first.
Okay.
So it will be Cloud9 winning against Vitality, so they're in the final. And then it will be... Heroic will beat Na'Vi again.
Okay.
FaZe will...
Oh. Oh.
Damn, I don't know.
No,
FaZe will
I-
win against Force, I think.
I've heard, like I was speaking to like a Liege, he reckons there's an upset potential chance there for
sure,
Fours.
for
I know
sure.
that there's a few of us here who think there's an upset potential chance here for
Yeah.
Fours.
Is that more about Fours than it is about FaZe? Like, did you
It is. They're kind of like CIS Fury in my head. Like
Okay,
just
there
in the
we
way
go.
of, like, they put so much pressure on you the whole time, everywhere, and it just feels so chaotic to play. And I don't know how it is because we only practiced against them, and in practice, obviously, you don't prepare against your opponent because we don't go that far.
Sure.
But
Yet.
yet. But yeah, I don't know. I think that would be weird. A weird matchup. But
Straight
we'll come
down.
back to that because now we have a weapon round.
Oh, you put some jam on that one. Yeah, that's nice. Some biases brought the AWP out as well, so I'm happy, but no one heading yard, and Snappi might have to leave ramp right here, right now. Evacuate.
He's in so much trouble.
Yeah.
They don't know he's...
Spinks is behind him as well, and he only gets the one. They've lost the entire bottom site.
No.
Yeah.
Save. Guys, please save.
Unless a messy one from Spinks doesn't quite track Madden.
That's a jinx and a half for me. I'm sorry.
A jinx on Spinks.
Yeah, nice.
Sorry?
Do that again.
Excuse me? They're doing it. Yeah.
It works in his matches and in other teams' matches. Because he called set.
Hold on. Yeah. Because he called... Magus? Oh, everyone's looking bloody sharp.
That should have been a Vitality round if they didn't miss the 2 duels with ZywOo and also Spinks. But yeah, unlucky. They have a lot of rounds to play with, so it's okay.
They do. And
Did they even know Spinks was down there?
I think Snappi would have rotated down and not taken the duel on ramp if they didn't know.
Exactly, right?
And also, it looked like Madden was pretty determined that he had to go and get that space instantly for them to have a chance. So I think they knew. Or at least they knew there was a possibility of it. So
yeah, I mean, he definitely didn't mask his. He didn't hit.
No, he was very noisy about it.
Yeah, but sometimes even that is hard to hear. Like with nades going off, and it's on land,
communication.
Yeah, can be tough. Nerds with an MP7.
Yeah,
I almost forgot the name of the gun.
He seems to like this one. This isn't the first time we've seen him buy this.
Statistically, it is the best SMG. But it's also the most more expensive one. And dycha will get 2 on the rush. Madden to try and keep that hut contained. Ends with the man advantage, and it's extended as well by Madden, who just wins the duel. M4 versus Spinks. Madden racks up nice double. And he doesn't seem happy with that. He'd like a 3rd as ZywOo denies. A dink lands.
Good dink. That should be enough.
Mission accomplished.
If he didn't dink...
don't say it.
No, but if he didn't dink ZywOo, I'd say ZywOo can win. But now that ZywOo's on 9 points of health, actually...
Do you remember a round against Fnatic that this guy had?
Yeah, I do, actually.
Yeah.
That was a 1v4, right? Where he flipped to Roy pushing radio.
That was a 6-shot, but Roy got some shots in, so he was pretty low HP. And now he only has to deal with 2, not 3, so...
There's evidence.
I see what you're saying
Scientifically.
It's factual evidence.
Yeah.
And he's versing an AWP. So
And he's got so much time.
Well,
like, he's
the
not in a
AWP
rush.
knows, like he's having his USP out, so he's against a USP and an M4 for sure. But yeah.
Picking up the bomb's the hard part, but let's see. Does ZywOo go straight, or is he going to clear out main?
If he picks up the bomb, he will also get a molly and a smoke, I'm pretty sure. Oh, he already has a smoke
right
so
now.
he will get a molly. He could smoke it off, and he will... Down the vents he goes. No?
Oh, surprise.
Oh, this is a good play. Nice.
What a nice play.
Yeah.
I mean, especially
That's ballsy.
Especially considering your opponent and the fact you had that AWP on your back. Does throw it all through the smoke and does convert.
It's good to see that he has the confidence to go for plays like that,
trust.
even with a game that is not statistically going that well for him so far. So important round for ENCE for sure if they want to make the comeback.
And that low HP on ZywOo was a product of Madden, who just, you saw his earlier kills, landed that dink that is converted, and he's happy with that. And you can see, there's a lot of passion and kind of ferocity in the eyes of the ENCE players. Yeah, they've got
Still having a good time.
a whole map ahead of them, Chad.
Well, let's see if Nerds can farm up here with another rebuy into the MP7.
So where were we on the whole thing about winning? So I think in the end FaZe will win because you have to give the boring answer, right? Then there is Na'Vi and Heroic. I already said Heroic. So it's basically up to FaZe Heroic, and that should be... I didn't watch much FaZe, so I don't really know what form they're in, but I would say Heroic again.
FaZe were looking really intense. They were looking really intense. They were playing some Anubis. They had some tidy executes. They were against Furia, and I know that you think something hot about Furia on Anubis. So they bodied them, I would say, right? I don't know. We haven't seen Heroic play yet. Nice shot.
But Heroic doesn't really play Anubis, right? So
no,
that's really a thing. What's going on?
They have an AWP.
And an advantage.
A big advantage.
It could get worse. Nerds, if he pushes around that corner, okay, it's fine. He actually just equalizes and gets away.
I was just scared because of a ZywOo.
Aren't we all?
Imagine if Spinks got the AWP back to ZywOo. Then we could have really had a round on our hands here. We got to get some Spinks AWPing. Oh, the timing, dycha. He's going to look back and catch the second, but the first is already up the ladder. He does not know about Apex.
Yeah, now they do. Apex reveals himself, and considering he was looking for dycha, assumed he'd reposition towards main, but didn't give it the time of day.
Yeah, it would have had to have been the flash to have repositioned.
Yeah, or he had like a
right there.
portal key.
Yeah, that
with
works
added
too.
items.
Yeah.
It's also a heads-up play for dycha to just stay put and, you know, be patient about Apex not just running downside for the plant, right? He could have made that mistake, so well played.
That round could have got much worse. So the fact they only end up with 3 casualties, considering how that opened, is not too shabby here. But we're starting to get close. Just a 5-round game now. Sampai's back with another AWP. Not one to be 7 for Vitality here. They're still operating with plenty of AK-47s. And it looks like they're setting up stack nades towards the site here. Nobody home for this right now.
Where are we on the whole silencer versus not silencer M4 right now?
It's actually very balanced, I think.
Yeah?
I mean,
It feels like at this event I've seen more silencer.
me too.
But
But we've also seen a lot of nuke.
that's true. And on Vertigo as well, you get a lot of silencer. I think the fact that people are making decisions based off positions they play is exactly where we need to be.
Yeah.
I think that's good as well.
Like, no one's arguing about the M4 is... feels like it does more damage the big boy gun.
That's a cool cam, considering like all the action that's going on there, and just like right under his nose.
Little does he know.
Imagine if he like peered out at that time.
Would have been a rude shock to the system. Sampai's fires off the AWP, so now they know there's no AWP in yard. Apex goes walkabout.
I do respect the fact that he stayed aggressive after the first AWP kill from Radio. Like he wasn't on the same angle. Apex is dead here, dead like a doorknob.
I don't know. I mean, he knows the angle. He plays it off, and it's not unlikely that he gives it a good clear. Yeah.
It's a hard fight.
It is.
Also, us IGLs, we don't tend to clear the angles that well. Like we
You've got
we figured
too
it
many
all out.
plates spinning.
Yeah, it's just...
If Snappi wide swung, he probably would have won.
You see, Snappi clear angles better. No, but... damn, I think... Is it really going to be a tight game all of a sudden?
Yeah.
Feels like it might be.
Why not? Let's have one of those. We haven't had one of those in a while.
Yeah. I mean, it was a 10-5 half, but when you do take the first 3 as well, it certainly looks like a very promising scoreline at the start of things, but it's Counter-Strike, as Hooksy once said.
Well, the fact that you've got the pistol and the conversions here as Vitality is great, right? That set you up to the bed to close. So right now you can see that it's closing time. You understand how to get there.
The sheets are on the bed. You still have to make it.
The bigger issue now is the fact that it's 4 consecutive rounds here, and they've, in the last round, not taken too many casualties. That's the biggest problem, because at this point, if ENCE can keep building into this, if they get this round here against 1 AK and a couple of upgraded pistols, ENCE are going to be quite happy.
If they're making money this round as well, it's a good buffer, right? So, also I just want to go back to one thing you said in the last round with Sunpius staying aggressive on ramp. That's a huge mind game nowadays with AWPers, right? Because it's such a common thing nowadays, being an AWPer. Must be fun.
Yeah, it must be. But there's an interesting conversation to be had about having one rifle in your low buy/eco rounds. You know, you've got your Kevlar vest, your partial buys, as it were. Didn't finish the job. A missed shot. Sampai's has lost ramp. There's something to this round now. And Snappi, yeah, he's just going in for the kill.
Yeah.
And Madden will clean.
Madden just was legging it, right? Like he had a hot date to attend right there. I was just watching him charging through hut behind that. The communication must be good. For a player to make that type of a play and just like leg it like that, that to me tells that the comms are good. People are not just saying, oh, you know, some ramp. They're saying 4 ramp, right? Yeah. If you get that clear comm from your teammate, that's what you want.
Definitely.
Calling numbers, right? That even back in my day, in the rocking chair, I say, it's really important to call those numbers, right? And if Hooksy, what do you do if a teammate that isn't you ever says, "I think"?
Oh, I actually encourage it. I know you hate it.
Thinking.
I know you hate it, but I think, like, imagine you are on the opposite side of the map.
Sure.
And you have this.
I forget your teammates are good.
But you have
I completely forgot about that one.
Damn. Like their perception is valid.
Let's say I'm BM Inferno, and I have this feeling that there's actually nobody out car or banana. Like from what's happening in the round, I'm kind of. It's not a feeling.
Intuition.
It's not a feeling like it hurts in your toe or something. It's a feeling based on. Yes, exactly. And if my teammate on A also has an educated guess that there are people on A, well, put 2 and 2 together and maybe banana is clear.
Yeah.
So that risk all of a sudden goes from being a huge risk to not that big of a deal compared to the reward.
And I suppose at this level of Counter-Strike, when everyone is studying the opponents, they're watching the demos, they all have information that they are independently...
Which is educating that guess.
Precisely.
Also
So,
just knowing the meta as well, and
yeah.
what people like to do is also a huge thing. So
And
even
half
in
of
practice.
half of that stuff is that, you know, it's not consciously processed. It's just stuff you've picked up as you've continued to play the repetition.
Yeah. Also just talking about the game.
A
Like,
lot.
I love talking about the game. That's why I'm here.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
I
yeah.
love being a nerd. So just stuff like this kind of builds on.
They're very close and undetected.
Yeah, I think D was kind of doing a half clear. He wasn't getting that info. So
Someone
now,
just yelled heaven.
Yep.
Yeah, Apex has revealed himself. D sticks to his guns, but Dupree is right behind. They don't know. They're not looking.
Why?
They're not
He
looking.
just yelled heaven. Even I heard it.
That came too easy. Way too easy, but the round's still on, especially with the bomb now in Dycha's grasp. He's actually smoked himself off, and yeah, hunted down. Nice finish. Zonic expecting this one to be converted. He's already celebrating, but it's only Nerds. Using that smoke to perhaps evade capture immediately, slinking through. The bomb's going down now, so
Because that felt so weird.
Especially with that take as well, it was somewhat telling, right? Because they did the main smoke, they did the unbreakable box. I don't know what you call the single box here. We call that unbreakable.
I don't even know what we call it these days. I can't even remember.
Box.
Config, I think. I'm not even sure.
config.
So yeah, there was the main smoke, there was the smoke towards the single box, and I think there was a warehouse smoke as well, and the credit card molly. And Dupree scaled behind the credit card molly and then used that fading to have his pathing right there. So if they were wider on the red pole line, they still wouldn't have even seen that pathing because they were so tight towards the heaven
This is
jump
what we're
up.
talking about. This is the angle he was holding.
Yeah.
And you can see Dycha just had a blind spot. So Apex gets a kill now.
Yeah, and that's the call from Snappi.
Yeah, he's saying, oh, he was under hell.
Okay.
Under
And-
heaven,
yeah, of
rather.
course. And then it's Dupree who comes out heaven.
Yeah.
And then,
But,
okay.
but it's also the fact that, okay, these guys on floor, they are probably thinking, okay,
Yeah.
we know you're there, so it would be crazy for you to run out heaven when we know you're there,
True.
right? Maybe
True.
that's it as well. I'm just guessing at this point, but yeah,
But as we discussed, that's an educated guess.
it is. I'd be like those.
Ooh, piggy.
No,
Excuse
that
me.
means you're having a good time,
It does.
Alex.
It does. I'm
Yeah.
having fun.
Well, this is the last timeout from ENCE here on their map choice. 14-10 is the score, round number 25, and it's the last ditch buy from the international squad. They're both international, so you guys take your pick.
Spoiler, Nerds bought the MP7 again.
And he had 900 residual, so he could have definitely bought something else.
Yeah, but nobody wants a famous, right?
Yeah, that's true. Yeah. That is true. I once lost a 1v1 to Azza, who used the UMP against me while I used the FAMAS.
That was back in the day when the UMP was really good, yeah?
Yeah.
He was trying to prove a point. He was telling me to stop buying the FAMAS, basically.
Point proven?
I don't remember.
No, I DM with MP9 these days. Why buy a famous?
Oh, really?
Yep.
When it goes like scout,
Yeah.
you'll go MP9, you're that guy.
Yeah, Nico hates me for it. He's
Yeah.
just Scout and then Deagle always.
It's more stylish.
yeah.
Only for the headshots.
Yeah.
No, I would only be playing Deagle as well if I
Some
was
of these smoke lineups are getting fruit. They're going to get very fruity with no skyboxes. My God.
We call these smokes Vitality smokes for a reason.
Ah.
They love these. And with a huge success as well, it seems.
We call these L block because
Yeah.
it creates an L.
That makes sense.
But
I would love to call
Vitality,
it that instead.
Vitality works.
And
Yeah, but then
ZywOo's
if you come
still
from
going
a different team.
Yeah, he's lost his life on that one. Big
Well.
round here as, well, trading blows. Madden's still at the back of that site, and he is being stubborn about it. Dycha catches that main player. Dupree down! Oh, breaks the neck of Apex.
This duo of Dycha and Madden have been on point.
Yeah, I mean, you just have to win it. You have to win your duel against one of them if you want to win a round now.
Spinx's turn at a clutch here. Found the first, 2 to find, plenty of time. Bomb not too far away, but has not a great understanding of where both of these players are, but it also appears ENCE don't know exactly where Spinx has gotten off to during all of this. I said plenty of time. Well, now it's 15 and he will have to make a move.
Do they know where the bomb at least went down? Because, oh no. Okay, it's over. They heard it, and also the guys under, so... Yeah, he doesn't even have time.
Yeah, barely had time to plant there. Would have had to have started planting in the open regardless. So a bit of a mismanagement of time right there. And this game also has an extra bit of sauce on it, right? Like every time that like ENCE gets to go up against Vitality, knowing that Spinks left them, right, to head over to these. And now you've got the replacement. You got the new boy toy in. You brought in Nerds. It's like, well, we've just found another version of you.
Yeah.
So let's go. Right. This is why for ENCE, I imagine there's more on the line in this matchup than just progressing further in the tournament. Because there is ego in that, right? You have to think about how good ENCE were when they had Spinks. They were bloody good.
Yeah, no, I think that's a very good point I hadn't considered. But
Spinks and Nerds is from the same country as well, right?
Yeah.
So they are probably friends from back home.
Dude, we learned from the last time we had the Flames on that they all hang out together, all the Israeli players.
Yeah, I could imagine.
Like in person, just hanging out. And so, yeah, they're probably very familiar with each other.
ZywOo's gone glass cannon here, so this is telling of a change of approach from Vitality. Right? When you have an AWP like this, is the plan to allow it to search?
What is the chance they're going to boost on ramp?
Pretty high?
He's already staring at the floor.
No, I was just thinking, like, if you buy a glass cannon AWP, that's because you have a very specific idea about the AWP, right? And this was the only thing I could come up with. But yeah, Snappi loves this angle, actually. Oh,
Safe from the first flash and gets good chip damage
Ooh,
and a frag. That was the AWPer. ENCE are really closing this gap now. Vitality, you can see they're feeling the pressure by trying to whip out the AWP for an opening.
They have the ramp space, though. They could try and execute down here towards lower, get the smoke towards Decon, get a molly in towards the window side, but plenty of bodies here to fight.
Yeah, good angle as well. You can see Snappy's fallen back into a
Good
potent
setup.
angle.
There's a gap, right? He
Is
can
it?
see. I think he can see. Yeah.
Oh, Hoaxy, he can see and deletes at least one. Magisk around, he seems very cautious of dark.
This is awkward, Snappi.
Oh, not
not
so
bad.
awkward for him now.
Spinks just needs to do some damage here, or save. Looks like... Well, I don't know right now, but 15 seconds. It's very unlikely he does a whole lot of damage here on the trail of Nerds.
It's one kill.
Well, he has the 1700 in the bank, so he could save. And it would be fine. Like, they would not have an awkward buy. Ooh, even now with the orbits, even better.
As long as he doesn't get hunted here, I don't think there's enough time. Snappi coming up the ramp, but silently about this. He will know where the AWP was. And that is now going to be 12 rounds for ENCE. So it's just a 2-round game. Considering how good this is looking, you look at the spree of rounds that has come on through in the last 8, only 1 for Vitality. They had the pistol with the conversions. And now they're up a creek without the paddle as far as the gun rounds are concerned. Now, Hooksy, what do you think Vitality should call?
Ooh, that's a tough one.
I used to love that.
But
you know?
I think one thing that is really underrated for IGLs and that I struggle with as well sometimes is that you can see that the rounds are not like... They're pretty close, all the rounds.
Yeah.
So it's not like necessarily the call that is the wrong thing to do. And it's sometimes hard if you lose with a specific strat to go back to the same strat because you lost, right?
Sure.
But sometimes you have to look deeper than that and think like, okay, was it actually because of the call or because we didn't play the after plant right or like hit our shots or whatever it could be. So, but what they should call with a buy like this, it's pretty easy, right? They have the AWP and pistol, so obviously that the AWP will work. And I would hope that if this was Monacy, that he would have an idea in mind himself of what he wanted to do.
Present you an option for an opening. So, okay.
And that's when that kind of group think hive mind gets to really kick into
But
gear.
what tends to happen after that is then the in-game leader's job is to call the rest of the pieces into place for whatever the AWP wanted to do, right? So Apex is looking like he wants to try and assist ZywOo to set him up here. So they have smoke wall down towards Yard, searching over the top. So there's a standard smoke wall we've seen them throw. Oh my giddy aunt.
I think that also depends a lot on what AWPer you have. For example, I have Monacy, he's young, he's not that experienced, so he will be happy with just having his own idea. Where a guy like Shiro or a guy like Simple, I could imagine, would control the whole thing. At least, like, and especially if you're a guy like Cadian, because he has to do both. So, yeah.
It's like a luxury, but also a whole lot of extra work.
Yeah, but I don't know. I think they have... The round is kind of awkward already, right? Because they have to give out secrets.
Dia kind of ruined it for ZywOo.
Yeah, but that as well. But they also have to give out secrets, so now the CTs cannot feel completely safe. That helps.
That will actually remedy a lot of problems. They know where the bomb is.
It's such an interesting take, though, right? Having the AWP, like, this isn't the first time we've seen him do this, and especially considering the type of buy, right? For him to be that far forward, this is just going to be swept under the rug here from ENCE now. But having the AWPer play that type of position when there's smoke walls, you know the players are going to be transitioning back through lobby but maybe they're just sending a lot of players outside, so you could catch someone lingering, and Sampaius can hold that on his own. Doesn't need a whole lot of help in that position with the AWP. And it looks like it'll be a save. So Vitality have been trying to put everybody at home to sleep the last few, but ENCE are doing their best to keep us awake, because it's onto Spinks yet again.
But these rounds are, I hate them so much. When you're the CT and you know the Ts have a saved AWP and pistols. Like, it's like...
Oh, was that after time?
I think it was.
Oh, must have been right on the money there. He's got 5.5, so he must have died like on 0 point something.
Yeah.
Damn.
That could have been a real nasty one. Like, he would have
It was
not
not
got...
after time, right?
No, he'd have not had 3,400.
That was so close.
So lucky.
I would love to, like... I don't even know how we'd work that out. We'd just have to slow the timer right down, wouldn't we? We'd have to look at the ticks.
Yeah.
In this tick
There it is.
society.
0.
Oh, damn, right?
Wow, like
That's
it's in the decimals.
It's
He's
in
really
the
lucky there, ZywOo. He would have been screwed otherwise.
Yeah, he'd have had like, what, 2K or something? Brutal. But he gets away with it, so let's see how this one goes. No fancy smokes out of ENCE.
No, but what was the point of that? Like, they used the smoke to extinguish and...
Didn't go.
Didn't go.
No, but it didn't really pay off as well, right?
Yeah.
They still have 2 smokes now. Pretty normal, I think, at this point in the round.
You got 2 down lower already. Or, oops.
Was to be?
No, drop everything. Drop your guns, take off your clothes, the keys. We'll take it all. But are they actually going to hit top off of this?
Looks like it.
Well, they're starting to transition back from radio now. What is... That's a different lineup for the backside molly. Why is he opting to do it
No, I
from
think
there?
he's trying to molly the rafters over a
Yeah, you bang on.
Yeah, and they've got the kills. Spinks, you said he had to show up, Chad, and it's a double into the top site for Vitality to break their silence.
Yeah. Losing to an inner hit as ENCE. That feels bad.
Ironic, right?
Yeah,
Okay.
but I obviously I've played against Vitality a few times and I'm playing inner, so I know how brutal their inner hit is as well. They have insane flashes, so it is not the easiest task, and I actually don't know how much Nerds played inner in his old team, but yeah, if you're new to playing inner at least, that's rough.
You just saw 2 flash assists on those 2 on the way in.
But that right there, a topside execute like that, where the entry fragger was Jax getting assisted in, that Dupree did a good job finding that opening. That was something that we... Ooh, okay. Nerds found the first. This is... It's a battle here to go the full 30. Apex is going to drop on down. dycha taking a lot of damage in the back. Apex with 1. The double up can't convert.
Oh, puts him in a real tough position. I think he thought he had it.
Yeah.
And instead, they're really now in jeopardy. I mean, if you can find Snappi, you do have a post plan you could establish, but Spink's so low, heading decon. He seems like he's going to be a free frag. ZywOo could be set up for the trade, depending on his position. Right now, it's very safe.
This is a good position. Really good position.
What do you call this one?
The box outside.
He's in that box, the corner of the site, the box.
I started naming things real weird stuff. Like in topside, that single box behind the silos, we call that mushroom. Because it didn't exist, and then one day they changed Nuke and it did. I was like, well, what's a weird name? Mushroom.
Just popped up out of nowhere like
it's
a mushroom.
Oh, it's even better when you come up with a new strat or a new thing and you have to come up with a new name. We have so much at this point. Like, we have... Just on Nuke, we have Crazy Frog, we have Goofy.
Okay.
Goofy, Crazy Frog, I like that.
All right.
I want to try and work out what Crazy Frog is next time we're watching G2.
I will give you a hint. You have to look at the CT side.
Okay, thank you. A fun project for us all.
Yep.
Last round of regulation. Let's see if we go any further. Already Sampaius on notice. He gets tagged up. He's going to be shot up.
Nice shot.
It's Dupree, long range.
Now take space CT out. You kill the orb, you know that you can just swing and take duels, and you know there's probably only one guy.
Well,
so, well,
they
I
don't need
guess
to.
we can also just go under, and
Yes.
that's fine as well.
But the rotation point right now for them down to B is Snappi from ramp or trying to go down vent, which isn't being watched. The vent is also not broken
even
just yet, so there will be that sound cue. Oh, Snappi saw something there. Caught one ramp.
That's some good cover.
That's a good spray as well.
You have to be a
Vitality,
hero now.
careful. Gotta be brave. And the Flames do catch him. It looks like they've done enough to finish this one here. Only Nerds.
Wouldn't
Trapped
that
in
be
the
a
vent.
good story, though?
Oh, the new kid
New kid on the block.
forces
Pulling
overtime.
up 1v5.
So screwed.
There's no way. There is no way out of this one. Spotted
him in the van.
Spotted him. And there you have it. Vitality, they are going to be happy with that one. There is no doubt in my mind that feels extra special, especially for Spinks playing against his old boys. And of course, Vitality were doubted by many a mind when you saw these names on paper. ENCE looking exciting with new look nerds. But that was ENCE's pick, and it goes the way.